Welcome back, trainers. Let's see what we can do with the Heisenberg team and continue to rise up. Let's hit Legend. Let's casually hit Legend over here, right? So, Machamp, that's what we're going to be highlighting. Of course, we're going to have Empoleon and Ninetales. You're going to see the moves and the IVs. But I just want to highlight Shadow Machamp. Now, we're not going to have a regular one to compare side to side here, but just want to show you, how good the Shadow Machamp is. And if you're considering using this team with a regular Machamp, like I've discussed, that's perfectly fine. It's not like, oh, well, if you take out Shadow Machamp and put a regular one in, well, the team is absolutely garbage. No, that's not the case. You can still run it like that. The thing about Machamp is it's just going to have the edge with that much more damage. Yes, you're going to be taking more damage, but man, that extra 20% is going to really help you out quite a bit. And not only that, it's kind of broken. Shadow Machamp, it is. Simple as that. I'll show you my maxed out level 50 Shadow Machamp that I do have. And if you're wondering, well, what IVs do I need? Is this IV set good for completely maxing it out? It's not, a 98 or anything like that, but it's still pretty decent. I'll show you mine, and here it is. Now, the reason why I did max this out is because, well, the IVs are okay. I mean, sure, it's not the best around, but it's still putting in work. If you're not into PvP and you're looking to power things up for power up against raids, Machamp has always been that thing, right? It has always been just an amazing Pokemon to use to go up against many different raids, and well, the Shadow is just going to be amazing. Simple as that. I'm not too worried about the IVs, but what we're going to take a look at is how Machamp is going to be able to do some crazy stuff here. Of course, the team as a group is going to be pulling off these wins. It's not solely Machamp, but man, it is going to be looking really good. So we are rising up. I'm not going to say we're going to hit Legend tomorrow or the next day. It'll happen. I'm going to get there. I am going to casually move up. Am I going to keep using this team? Well, it's going to become a little bit too predictable when they start seeing me enter the battle with an Alolan Ninetales. I'm not saying everybody in the world is watching my videos, obviously not, but a good amount of people are paying attention to what I am doing here. And, well, they're going to compare their score to mine to see where I'm at, and they're going to be like, okay, well, check, and we are ready to go if we see that team. But anyways, with that said, let's get into the commentary here. So we're up against a Cresselia. So Empoleon loves to see that thing for sure. Yeah, Grass Knot's annoying. Definitely going to start adding up. With Psycho Cut, you can spam it and kind of outpace the Empoleon here. Machamp doesn't want to see it, but what I like to do lately is go in and farm down with the Machamp. Why would I do such a thing? Well, it's just because, if you were to go up against a Cresselia head-to-head with a Machamp full health to full health, 2 shields to 2 shields, it doesn't matter. You're gonna eat it, right? It's gonna take you out. It is a tank. So I figured go in here and farm down like we did in our last video. I do believe we're gonna do a couple more times in this video here. Is just start building up the energy. It is gonna cost me a shield because I did need to shield up that. What was it? What did they throw at me? A Moonblast. Obviously, that would have done a ton of damage. So yeah, we're looking pretty good. So they swap into their Scrafty here, and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, I think we got this here. They're shieldless. I'm going to go ahead and let this go through. There's no way we're shielding it, expecting a power-up punch. And can they farm us down? Oh boy, it's putting us in a pretty interesting position here. So the Talonflame does not have a charge move ready to go. So what we're going to do, actually, I think it may have a flame charge. And since the Incinerates are so slow to register, we're actually able to get to the Rock Slide while still holding on to our shield. Let's get it. We're going to be going up against quite a bit of these Legends here. So let's stack them up, folks. Alrighty, so we are up against a Clefable. They're going to be instantly swapping into an Empoleon. We're going to go ahead and bring out that Shadow Machamp and just look at the damage. Alright, let's go ahead and start focusing on the Machamp. The counter damage. I think this thing needs to be buffed. Like down, debuffed. They need to nerf it a bit because it's just a little OP. I mean, they don't have to. They don't have to. It's fine. Actually, don't touch it. The champ's perfectly fine. As a matter of fact, it's not even that great. Anyways, they're going to be bringing in the Clefable to farm us down. All right, so this is a position to farm down the Clefable. The reason why I don't is because I think we're doing okay. We're getting a shield out of them, so there's something back there that does not really want to see this Empoleon. And everything they're going to throw at us is not going to really do too much. Moonblast, yeah, it's doing a chunk. And there you go. It is a Galarian Stunfisk. So we're going to go ahead and throw the Hydro Cannon here. There's no more shield, so we're looking good. So at this point, I'm thinking, whoa, holy crap. they just farmed us down, and, well, this is getting a little nerve-wracking. So they hit us with a Rock Slide, expecting another Rock Slide coming at us here. It's super effective, but it's not even taking us into the yellow, so we're pretty okay. I wanted to farm a little bit more, but we're going to go ahead and just get this thing out of here. There's no need to get all crazy. And they bring in the Clefable, and yeah, it's pretty much a GG. So we take the win there, looking good. Let's move on to our next opponent here, folks. Leading with the Ninetales for every battle. We're met with a horrible lead up against Empoleon. We need to get out of here. We're going to go ahead and swap into our own Empoleon because we don't want to go into Machamp. We need to save that for later. They're bringing in a Giratina, and as bad as this may seem, Drill Peck is going to add up. Waterfall is as well. It's always a nice day if they do have Dragon Breath, but if they have Shadow Claw, it's going to be a little bit more pressure for you because it's going right through that Steel type as opposed to resisted for the Dragon Breath. And I'm over here missing half the bubbles for the Flying Charge move. Gotta love that. So definitely not going to use a shield here. Gonna let this go through. It is a Dragon Claw. Okay, sounds good to me. A little bait. So we are going to be able to win this matchup here. This is pretty good, even despite not hitting those. So they are going to be using their first shield, and we're not going to because it's pointless. They'll just Shadow Claw us down if we shield up that Dragon Claw. So we're going to go ahead and bring in Ninetales and farm this thing all the way down here. They did not get off a charge move, which is fantastic. Bringing in Empoleon, we got some nice lag. Doing a bunch of counter damage before they do retreat into a Toge Kiss here, and it's not looking the best, but all right, perfect. That's all we needed. That's all we needed was that shield. You're going to see the power of Ninetales. Empoleon, yeah, it resists Ice and Fairy. Yeah, it sure does. But you're going to see that XL Lil and Ninetales doesn't really care about that too much. So we're going to go ahead and hit a couple of these before they get off some sort of Ancient Power or Flamethrower. In comes the Empoleon, and we have to shield up everything here. Obviously, this is an obvious statement, so we're going to go ahead and go Dazzling Gleam. This is why we needed the shield, so we can go ahead and get that Dazzling Gleam through. Oh, it's resisted. Oh, yeah, but it doesn't really matter. Ninetales is just smiling and continuing on here. So we're going to be able to go for the Weather Ball. I was thinking about going for Dazzling Gleam, but it's too risky. I'm not just going to go for that because we had no more shields and I wasn't really keeping track too much of their energy. All right, we got another legend here and we're met with a good lead. So let's see if they can pull out a win for this. Swapping into their Empoleon, we're going to go ahead and go right to Machamp. Throw the cross chop before they can get off a charge move. And we're getting a shield. Beautiful. So all we're going to do is shield this up. They're going to come back in with Giratina. We're going to farm down, hit them with a Rock Slide. They're going to take out our Machamp. We're going to come back in with Ninetales. We're going to see what they have in the back. This is basically a win. All right, so you can't, anybody who tries to like BS you around saying if you're not skilled for being able to combat a bad lead, don't listen to them. This is Pokemon Go, rock, paper, scissors, okay? All right, there's a lot of people out here who think that they're, I don't know, just some sort of god when it comes to battling, and they could tell you everything and all that there is to know, but in reality, it's just steam coming out of a kettle, right? Anyways, we go ahead and go for the Hydro Cannon here. And this is pretty good, seeing that people are starting to run Poison Jab because it has been buffed to do a little bit more damage. So we're going to be looking pretty comfortable as far as that quick move is concerned. If they did have Snarl, I mean, it's neutral damage, but it's not really doing much. And they're going to be able to farm up a little bit faster. Bringing in that Giratina and definitely going to be letting this go, well, letting this go through. We have no more shields. So we're bringing in the Ninetales. It doesn't matter if they had two Ancient Powers here. And so I was trying to farm down, but some, you know, of course, right at the end, lag was starting to occur. So I said, no, I'm not playing with no bull crap. So we're going to go ahead and just go for the charge move. Anyways, into the next battle, we're met with the Machamp. Now, if we had Psyshock, this would be fine. Since we have Dazzling Gleam, it's not the worst situation to be in, but it's not necessarily the best. Rock Slide is going to do a lot of damage. That Shadow Machamp is disgusting, as we've been discussing. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get that Weather Ball through. They're letting it go, knowing that they can survive. And at this point, I have to call it. It is a cross chop. Unfortunately, we do shield it up. I mean, technically, it's not unfortunate because at that point, they can get that off and then farm us down. They're going for another one. We're letting it go, but we're not able to get to the Weather Ball, unfortunately. So we're going to go in with Empoleon. They instantly locked themselves in here with a Cresselia, thinking that I maybe would have came in with my Machamp. This is what I'm talking about. I can't necessarily say they know what my team is, but I ran into a few people today where it was abundantly obvious that they knew exactly what my team was running, which, you know, it's whatever. I can't hold that against them. I'm putting myself out there. I'm a YouTuber, and that's one of the downfalls of going into Go Battle League and showcasing all of your battles is you're showcasing your play style, your teams, and you're everything. That's why it is a little difficult to hit legend when I'm using all kinds of different teams, because we're just testing out things. We don't need to go over that, right? That's been established 1,000 times. So they're bringing in their Machamp. We're shieldless here. They're going for a cross chop, and we are going to throw our cross chop. What did they have back there? It didn't. Oh, an Umbreon. Oh, unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to pull this off, though. Even though it is looking like a pretty good situation, we needed to swap. The clock wasn't up. The clock was just about a second too slow. Unfortunately, I was going to catch this. If we were able to do that, maybe, I don't know, they had 2 of these ready to go. It would have been a little, actually, no. Nah, we lost that no matter what. Good game. You got me. All right, moving on to our next opponent. We got a legend here. Oh, boy. What are they going to have? A Talonflame, so they have a good lead. And Ninetales up against Talonflame is actually okay. You're taking super effective from the fire, and it is going to really start adding up when they get off that flame charge and those incinerates start stacking on top of your health. But take a look at the weather ball here. All right, we're getting a shield for the first one. We're going to go ahead and build up to 2 and go for the next one here. As soon as we get this off, we're going to want to retreat, because that incinerate is going to start adding up, seeing that they did raise their attack. Bring it in the Empoleon to just take the force of all of the charge move. They're going for a straight Brave Bird. Well done. I mean, technically, it's going to do more damage than a second flame charge. And since they're retreating, it's a good plan. Bringing in a Snorlax to farm us down here. Shadow at that, so it's going to be doing some good damage as well. All right, so the obvious move is to go in here with Machamp, right? They're going to hit us with a body slam. I figured, let's just let it go through. We need to hold on to that shield. This is really going to hurt us here, but we're going to be able to farm that thing down. Beautiful, and we have energy ready to go. And they're bringing in a Muck. Okay. This is looking pretty nice. Going to go ahead and go for that cross shot. Now we want to build up to another one here. I'm expecting them to, wait, what was a quick move on that Muck? I wasn't paying attention. That's Snarl, or I think it's Poison Jab. And we let this go through expecting an Acid Spray, or yeah. Oh, Dark Pulse. Okay, swapping into Talonflame. We're getting to the Weather Ball. So that little bit of farm helped us out by swapping in there. Beautiful. We're getting their shield. And they're taking us out, but with 1 HP, getting to the charge move. Oh boy, this is getting a little bit crazy. We're going to go ahead and shield this up, Machamp. Let's go into OP overtime, boy. Let's get it. They swap into their Muck, and they back out. All right, taking the win again. Let's go, folks. All right, take a look at my score as well. It's just going to go up and up and up and up and up and up. We have a good lead up against Umbreon. They're swapping into Cresselia, and we're going in Empoleon. Now, we've talked about this matchup. This is good and kind of bad. I mean, it's not really necessarily bad, but the Grass Knot is annoying. Definitely annoying. So that is doing plenty of damage, especially coming from the Cresselia there. And it is a very spammy move with the Psycho Cut. So we're just going to have to hold our own. I think we're just going to not shield up anything, let that go through. If they don't shield this, perfect. And fantastic. So what we're going to do is, I think we actually go, we loved going with Machamp and just farm down Cresselia. It's just a good strategy here. So I think that's what we're going to do, because counter doesn't care if you're a tanky psychic type, will still take you out. I know there was only a sliver of health. I'm just being silly. So they're coming back in with Umbreon. At that instant, I can't tell you 100%, but if they're coming back into the battle with an Umbreon, there's probably something back there that does not want to see Machamp even more so. I'm just assuming that we'll have to see what they're going to pull out. We're going to go ahead and swap to preserve that Machamp and our shields, because, you know, we got to keep it alive, and we want to hold on to our shields. And it is a Swampert, and I'm going to have to say GG's. But you never get ahead of yourself. Things could flip around. You know, the lag could kick in, and you could all of a sudden lose, and your opponent has, what, I don't know, like 4 charge moves ready to go, just back to back all of a sudden, right? So you got to stay on your toes. Doesn't matter if it looks like you're about to win. So we're going to let this Hydro Cannon go through. Getting off this Weather Ball. Now, at this point, I'm just like, oh, that farm down. Let's go ahead and swap, because I don't want to get farmed down by Mudshot, and that thing's going to be loaded up on energy. So we go ahead and bring in Machamp. They were trying to catch. Unfortunately, they did not succeed in that, and we take the win again with Machamp at the end. That thing is just putting in that work. Up against our next opponent, we got another legend, and we're met with a Talonflame again. So let's see if we can play around this situation here. If you did watch my last video, you kind of have an understanding as to how I do play around this. We get off 2 of the Weather Balls, we swap into Empoleon, and that there is another reason why I don't really want to run this team anymore. Not that it's not good, it's amazing, but people are going to start picking up on the strategies if they find themselves up against this situation. They're like, okay, he's going to swap. And these things give you the advantage. Thinking about it ahead of time, knowing exactly what's on their team when they do swap and lock themselves, you could start strategizing how to win instantly after that. If I personally knew what everybody had on their team, it's not like a guaranteed win, but I could definitely pull off a few more wins knowing exactly what their teams are running, as well as what they have in the back. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and go for the Drill Peck here, taking out the Venusaur and winning that matchup by a sliver, which is perfect. And they're coming in with a Muck here. So we're going to go ahead and bring in Machamp, and they do have Poison Jab. So let's go to Funky Town with our Cross Chop, Encounter Town, and getting it through, holding on to that last shield. Now, if they have a Poison Jab, more than likely they don't have Gunk Shot. So they're going for the Acid Spray. We're going to go ahead and retreat into our Ninetales here, taking super effective damage from the Poison Jab, letting the Acid Spray go through and getting to the Weather Ball. Perfect. Ninetales is such a tank. I love this thing. It's absolutely amazing. They're letting it go, of course, bringing in that Talonflame, and we're going to counter this thing down. This is the power of Shadow Machamp. Are you kidding me? Let's get it. So we're shielding this up. We know they don't have two, and let's go. Counter down. All right, folks, so remember, if you're in that position and they have a shield left, and it looks like you're going to be able to take them down with quick moves, not necessarily with the Machamp, but whatever Pokemon's quick move and whatever Pokemon you're going up against, do not throw your charge move, because that is going to disable you to get an extra quick move through, which could be the winning determination. Unless the only time you should throw the charge move is if you can get two through. One to take the shield and then one to take them out. Otherwise, don't waste your time, okay? So we have the Umbreon up against the Cresselia again. Okay. We're going to let that Grass Knot go through. Alrighty. And get this Hydro Cannon through. We're going to do the same old song and dance. If we can get... Okay, perfect. We can get it into the red. We're going to come in here with Machamp and farm down. Although this is a different case, I'm going to shield up because we were playing a little mind game. We are going to just farm them down at this point and win the swap. And I don't really care if we're down a shield. Now, since we did win that swap, we've already won. Can you see that? Can you see how we've won? Because what we're going to do is go in with Machamp. They're going to swap into Giratina. I'm going to go into Ninetales. GG's. Right? So we're just waiting here. I don't know why. And swapping into Ninetales. And it's over. Okay. If it had Ancient Power, I don't think that really matters. They let it go through. Don't know why. I think they know it's over. All right. They're using their shield now. But, yeah, it's over. So they go for the Shadow Sneak, the only thing that they can really do, because Dragon Claw is obviously resisted, and, well, we're just looking fantastic here. Letting the next one go through, not really worrying about that. Let's see if they want to use... I would assume they use their shield here, because obviously going up against Machamp, I mean, that's over. And so they swap. They were trying to take out our Ninetales, and we go in with Machamp to just absorb this Cross Chop. Still holding on to our shield. Going to go ahead and counter down that thing. Dark and normal. Let's go. And go for the Rock Slide here to take out the Giratina with Machamp. All right, folks, let's keep it moving here. Machamp is amazing. Somebody was asking me, I think I got this comment twice yesterday. Well, this is a good lead. Can you replace Ninetales for Abomasnow, regular or Shadow? And I'm going to tell you absolutely and completely no. Do not do that. You can run it. I mean, do whatever you want to do. And why do you think? Why do you think that is the case? I'll let you answer really quick first. This Galarian Stunfisk is getting off a rock. We're calling it. Woo! I mean, that second one wasn't too hard to call, but that first one, oh man, it's so freaking awesome when you call correctly. So why do you not want Abomasnow with this team in the replacement for Ninetales? Because you're going to be extremely weak to fighting, all right? And Talonflame is going to run amok all over you. Ninetales at least can hold its own up against Talonflame, but when it comes to Abomasnow, sure, if you get off those Weather Balls, you're going to be doing some okay damage, but it's going to melt you in a few seconds, so you don't want to run that, okay? You don't want to. You could, if you everything lined up perfectly, fine, go ahead. But what do you have to protect yourself from fighting? Machamp? Not really. Kind of, but yeah. Anyways, met with a Charizard with Dragon Breath. Oh gosh, I love it. I love those Community Day Charizards when I bring out my Ninetales. It's the best feeling ever, because that Dragon Breath is non-stab, and it's just really not doing much. And while we're just tearing into it with Powdered Snow and Weather Ball, unfortunately, we're not able to take them out. They survive by 1 HP. Are you kidding me? So we're going to obviously shield this up. There would be no point to bait. They swap into Snorlax, and this is GG. This is another legend? I think it was. All right, so we're going to go ahead, and I'm pretty sure we're going to just be battling legends at this point because of the range of our ELO in GBL. And it is so fitting that we do make it to legend during the Ultra League. Well, like I said, I can't call me making it to legend, and I'm going to casually get there. I'm not like vigorously waking up like, oh, I'm gonna get to legend today. Oh, like if it happens, okay, cool. Anyway, so they go in with Obstagoon. They do that strategy that we've been talking about. Take out your weakness with what you have if they're low enough. We sure did a lot of damage, but I mean, they're stuck in a corner, so they're just playing it to the best of their ability here, right? So we bring in the Ninetales. We go in with the Empoleon. That was a flex, a little bit of a flex. That was just me like, you can see what I have in the bag. It's Heisenberg. You know what it is. Oh my goodness, what time? It's like 3 o'clock here or something, and I still haven't had breakfast, folks. Let's go. All right, so we're met with a Drifblim here, and, well, yeah, this is great. They're going to be swapping to catch, and I don't mind, honestly, because it doesn't really take too long to get back up to the Weather Ball, and we're just going to go ahead and bring in Machamp to just put in the work. If they want to hit me with Foul Play, go for it, but I'd more than likely Power Up Punch, just to do more damage with counter. Go, 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 go. Beautiful. They were almost at their other one there, so we don't have to waste the shield. Coming back in here with Drifblim. Now, do something a little bit weird here. I mean, maybe not. Maybe you don't think so, but I shield up Machamp so I can get off another Rock Slide. I know I didn't need to do this. I could have just came back in with Ninetales, but I just wanted to put on more pressure, but I quickly realized, well, what am I doing? I was kind of dumb. Now they're going to farm me down and have energy. And we're not in the bad position, but I just kind of gave them a little bit more of a heads up, a little bit more of a win con, I suppose. Letting the Shadow Ball go through, and they got a Galarian Stunfisk in the back. Obviously, this is Open Ultra League. If I don't have to tell you that. You can see all the Pokemon, right? Going for Hydro Cannon. Now, this is a tricky situation. Now, I have to call this. I've lost before in this spot where it looks like I'm going to win. So we call the Rock Slide. You know, when that happened, I got a little happy on my end over here. Shielding this up, and at that point, they're like, yeah, you got me. Yep, good game. All right, always nice calling them. On to our next opponent here. So many of these people are about to hit Legend, this one specifically, and we have a great lead. All right, let's go. And I do believe they're a double shield committer in the beginning for 2, which there's no problem with that. That could be an indication that there's something in the back that doesn't want to see something in the front. Well, I don't know what's going through their minds in that situation, but I've done it before too. Like I've said, it is a strategy to win. It's not like, because we're going to do it too. I'm all tired. But we're in a good position. That's why we're double shielding. So they bait me twice. Nonetheless, Frenzy Plant is still going to hurt, but we definitely could have let one of those go through. But hey, let's see what we have back there. An Obstagoon. Okay, can Ninetales sweep? Okay, can Ninetales sweep here? All right, let's go ahead and go for this. And I want to show you a trick here. This is a little fun one. So they have a bunch of energy. Let's waste that. Let's bring him a Champ. Goodbye, energy. And what's in the back? I wanted to see. All right, folks, we're on to our last opponent here. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. It really does help me out. Met with an Escadrille. Not too great for us. We're going to go ahead and swap into our Empoleon, and they're coming out with a Jellicent. I hate that thing. Well, let me stop using that word. I dislike Jellicent a lot when I have to go up against it with this team. So annoying. XL Jellicent. All right, so we're going to see a Shadow Ball coming at us here. Okay. And we're going to just go for Drill Run. So everything on my team hates this thing. Go figure now all these YouTubers are going to make videos. Jellicent XL, the best in Ultra League. You know? All right, so we're going to go ahead and let this go through. Obviously, we don't want to shield that up. And what are we going to do in this situation here? Powder Snow, not very effective. Counter, But they're swapping, and they just gave us the win. So I was like, okay. I'll take my last battle for the day to be a win. Sounds good to me. Letting that Drill Run go through. And we are going to go ahead and take this thing out. Seeing that we're a little bit low, those quick moves are starting to add up. Let's just take it out. They're going to bring in the Jellicent and farm us up, and just hope we're going to be able to handle what's... Oh, it's a Charizard. Okay, we won. Well. I keep getting a little ahead of myself. Maybe a little cocky here, but hey, look, I have to tell you something. For my last video, some people, a lot of you enjoyed my maybe a little high horse attitude that I had. Not the high horse, just, acting a little confident. Let's put it that way. Yeah, look, I had to put on a character. I'm using Heisenberg, Was Walter White always Walter White? No, he wasn't. He had to, he switched over to Heisenberg sometimes. He didn't act like that all the time. Got to put on that front, Anyway, Shadow Ball, no! All right, so now we're just going to go ahead and Powder Snow. There we go, and take the win. Looking good. If you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care, trainers.
If there's any thought, better think of me for a little support. Out of time I need, it'll be enough. Not a chance. Driving into town, can't see or hear. Kill communication, stepping off the grid just to let me know. Too many got my time. Been here before, lovers winter freeze, summer's burn, shut down on his knees. Take what you learn, have what to be. If there's any more that I think of me, could you feel no different? After half a week, it'll be enough.